What differentiates the top 1% from everybody else?
Welcome back to the Talking Sales series. John Smybert with Luigi Prestonenzi.
Thanks for having me again, John.
Good to see you, Luigi. Yeah. Hey, you have been around the sales world in your own right, very successful.
Yep.
And then in more recent years, you've seen lots of very successful salespeople.
Yep.
What are the characteristics in your mind of the most successful professional salespeople?
And look, this is a great topic, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it at the moment. I have been for a period of time. And
Obsessed?
Obsessed.
You don't get obsessed.
Yeah, no, I haven't. And one of the things that I've been trying to think about, is what differentiates the top 1% from everybody else? And, what are the skills that they have? And the three things that
And can everybody strive to be that one of those 1%?
Well, I do believe it's achievable, and I'll tell you why. Because the three to four key things that I'm finding is, the first one is they're competitive, highly competitive, and not just talking about competitive with their peers, but competitive with themselves, right?
Okay. When you say competitive with themselves, what do you mean?
They always want to do better.
They want to do better. They
Absolutely.
want to improve all the time.
Absolutely.
What they did last year, they need to do better next year, and so on.
Finding that continually find a way to improve their performance.
Okay.
So they're always looking for ways to learn. Is another characteristic.
Is that the second?
In the top four. I mean, they're all.
Yeah.
But they've got high desire and motivation levels. So they're self-starters. They're not needing their boss to say, "Hey, you've got 10 outstanding activities today," or anything like that. They are literally. They know what they need to do to get the job done.
In Maslow's hierarchy, they're the self-actualization.
Absolutely,
people. Yeah.
They are not. They don't need anyone to light the fuse underneath them. The other thing is that they're very well planned. So they planned and they know where to spend their time, and they are protective of that time. To some extent, selfish with where they spend that time. So what I mean by that is they know the importance of time and where to spend the time.
But are the top performers givers at the same time?
Interesting. I think, yes, from a giving perspective, where they will give their customers all, right? And problem solving is another one that I found that, they are problem solvers.
But if it's somebody else where they don't see the value in interacting with them, they won't waste the time.
Absolutely. And this is a challenge we have when we promote a high-performing salesperson into a leadership role. Is sales leader, they need to nurture, they need to guide, they need to support. It's actually conflicting character behavior to a sales. Your top performer, you want them to be the best. Now, nurturing others, we'd all love that, but it's not something that comes innate for that particular individual, because they're striving. I mean, we look at some of the most, and I've also been talking to athletes. We look at some of the most high performing athletes, and they are selfish. Some of them aren't team players, right? Now, that's a challenge and also a strength, but it's something it needs to be a fine balance.
Well, if you're a golfer or a swimmer or a tennis player or whatever, I can understand that. If you're a team player, like in what we call soccer here in Australia, football, or Aussie rules, or rugby league, or rugby union, or whatever it is, you do need to be a team player.
Absolutely, but we've also seen where the highest of performers in those teams sometimes struggle. Like Ronaldo, he embodies everything. When you look at someone that's, successful, he is, that is what we call committed. He's obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
Getting up at a certain time. Kobe Bryant was the same thing. Watching.
But even in the sales side, I was talking with Larry Levine the other day.
Yep.
And I saw he put a post in at 3:30 in the morning or something, or 4 o'clock in the morning. So I sent a note back to Larry and said, you're either up very late or up very early. And he said, I'm up at 3 o'clock every day in the gym.
Yeah.
And then I start work at 4:30.
Absolutely. And that's what I see. I see, that, and that's what separates the high performers from the rest, is they're prepared to do what others aren't. And these are things, when you look at the sales skills and go, okay, questioning, building relationships, they're skills that fall outside of that competency matrix.
But if you've got that dedication, you're going to go and build those skills.
And I've got a great story. I was with one of my favourite clients, and they just finished the financial year number one by far. And the first question she asked me was, "You've seen what I do. what could I do to improve my performance? Yet, after speaking to one of the other individuals who didn't finish as high, possibly in the lower 20, I've been doing this for a number of years. What do I need to look at my performance? Now tell me, that's a mindset thing, right? That is one that is looking to continue to grow, and another that's gone, well, you know what? And so that's the difference between high performer and everyone else.
Okay, you're going through 4 levels, and I cut in there. So
yeah. So we've pretty much got it. So we've got, they're problem solvers, they're competitive,
they're planned,
and they're highly motivated. They're self-starters.
Okay.
I mean, they're the things that are common across high-performing sales.
And you say all of us can strive to be
Absolutely.
that. You mentioned you've got to get the mindset right, Dave.
Absolutely.
You've got to understand. Here am I at nearly 70, and I can tell you right now I'm probably learning faster than I've learnt my whole life. For whatever reason, I'm now motivated, probably because I left the corporate world and I went out on my own 14 years ago, and I love what I do. And that's what you've got to get to. You've got to love what you do. You've got to be in an organisation or on your own, but in an organisation where your values match and you fit the culture. And then you've got to strive and work. And by the way, when that starts happening, isn't life wonderful?
Absolutely. But it all starts with mindset, John.
Starts with mindset. Get your mindset right, and the rest should follow.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much, Luigi. I'm loving these discussions with you.
No, me too, man. I'm getting really excited. So thanks for having me here today.
Over until next time, have a good day.